Hi, it's been a minute. I haven't posted a video, so today I am going to be showing you my client's gorgeous hair transformation. She has not relaxed her hair in a year. I was actually amazed. This is a client that doesn't really relax her hair that often. She's someone who comes in once every 6 months for a root regrowth, retouch. So we always texturize her hair, and we don't leave the relaxer on for too long because at the end of the day, if she's not someone who keeps up with her appointments and someone who is going to keep up with her treatments, then we are not going to take the hair as straight. So I start off by basing her scalp and then applying my relaxer a little bit away from the scalp. And this just prevents her scalp from irritating. This client has very, very thick hair, so it takes a while to process. So I always process the back fully first, and then I apply the front of her hair. I didn't get a chance to film all of the steps, so there are bits and pieces that are missing from this video, but I will do my best to explain every step of the way what I am doing. I used Affirm sensitive scalp relaxer on her hair, and as I said before, this is a year of regrowth, so she's got about 6 inches of regrowth, and I used a mild relaxer because we don't want to take it too straight. So this is her hair after I've washed out all of her relaxer, and I start the normalizing process here. I do a protein strengthening treatment as well because she hadn't been in to see me for so long, and I also make sure I balance that up with some moisture so that we can add the protein and the strength but also balance it up with some moisture. Her scalp is very healthy. Even though she doesn't come in to relax often, she does keep up with her hair regimen. She washes her hair every 1 to 2 weeks, and she changes protective styles often. So she's actually very, very good with maintaining her natural hair. As a rule of thumb, usually you would relax your hair every 6 to 8 weeks if you have short hair, and if you have medium to long hair, we can stretch that out to every 8 to 12 weeks, and if you've got extremely long hair, we can stretch it out to about 6 months. So after I finish the normalizing and treatment process, I go ahead and start blow drying my client's hair. As you can see, there is a little bit of texture in her hair, not too much, just a little bit, and we're going to start smoothing out her hair with the blow dryer. I apply Carecare's leave-in conditioner with some Silk and Seal serum. This also has heat protection within it, so I like to use those products to do my blowout. I don't put too much product on the hair because I don't want to weigh it down, but I put enough, a healthy amount, because she has got thick hair, so we need to account for the density and make sure all of her hair is protected and each strand is coated. You need to make sure that you're not being stingy with product, but you need to make sure that you're not putting too much. So I like a healthy balance of product in the hair. I haven't made a YouTube video in some time. I think it's been about 2 or 3 years actually. I branched out onto Instagram and TikTok, and that pretty much took all of my time really. If you aren't following me on Instagram, it is at Naturally Immaculate, and if you want to follow me on TikTok, where I post quite frequently, it is at Florence Immaculate. That's where you'll see more of my up-to-date videos, and if you love watching a hair video like I do, I'm not going to lie to you, I live for actually making content on hair because I actually like rewatching the process. I like watching the videos again. I enjoy the editing process as well because it's just so satisfying watching hair. The aim when blow drying is to smooth the cuticle and not apply the heat directly to the hair shaft itself, but to smooth the cuticle. So if you can see with my blow dryer, I'm angling it down with the direction of the hair and the growth of the hair, also making sure that you smooth out those roots as much as possible. I like to texturize clients' hair who come less frequently, because you cannot 100% avoid overlap when they come in for their next processing treatment, because you're not really too sure where the relax ends stop and start. So I find that if you texturize the first time, then on the next time that they do come, if you overlap a little bit, it's not going to break off their hair. So this is the ends of her hair. As you can see, it is quite, split, and we need to address these ends because we don't want them to split up the hair shaft. Mind you, this client has very thick hair, very healthy hair in general, but this is quite fine for her. She experienced quite a lot of breakage because she hadn't come in to have her straightening treatment, her relaxer, for some time. So she did experience quite a lot of breakage on the demarcation line, which I did discuss with her, but for, extenuating circumstances, she was unable to come and get her relaxer done. So we cannot be too hard on this client. And actually, for a year stretching her relaxer, I think she done pretty well with maintaining quite a bit of length on her hair and not needing a lot more cut off than this amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through her hair, section it off, and trim the ends, trying to keep as much length as possible, but really address the split ends so that we do not have to do a big chop in future. And clearly I know that this client is probably not going to come back in for another 6 months at least. So it's best for me to make sure that all of the split ends are gone. And me and my client did discuss how much she wanted off of her ends. And, she's not afraid of the scissors. She is very happy to trim her hair, and she always wants her hair to be as healthy as possible. So I go through, trim the ends. I do a sharp one length on the baseline to keep as much of the thickness as possible. And then I go through the rest of her hair and just dust the ends at the top, trying to avoid creating too much layer. And I just point cut the layers, which you will see in a moment. That's just how her hair grows, and I just try to keep the hair in as much of a one length cut as possible. But as you can see here, I'm just dusting the ends at the top. This is basically the hair that can't reach down to the full one length. I do dust that hair so that everything is nice and healthy and seamless. And this is me just assessing the trim at the end, and I can still see there are a little bit of thin ends, so I just go back through and just trim a little bit off again until you can't see through the ends. So after I finish with the trim, I go in with my 1-inch flat irons. These are my own brand, Naturally Immaculate flat irons that are available on my website. All of the information will be linked below. And I just do one pass with this. If you're wondering what products I put in the hair at this point, I did go in with some Care conditioning cream. And then I also applied some Care Dry and Itchy to her scalp. Very light glossifier to her scalp, nothing too much. Just something to just moisturize the scalp because it is clean. We don't want to make it too greasy. I do grease some of my clients' scalps if they would like it. Sometimes I use grease, sometimes I use natural oils. It really depends on the client. Not everybody likes to put something on their scalp, but some people still like to put things on their scalp. We can't judge people for what they like to do. If it's not broken, we're not going to try and fix it for everybody. As long as you're cleansing your scalp properly, you putting some grease on your scalp or putting some oils on your scalp isn't going to harm your scalp. It's only going to clog your pores if you're consistently putting it on dirty scalp. So with that being said, afterwards I have finished styling. I just styled it back and away from her face, and look how her hair is just amazing. I wish I had this thickness in my hair. Her hair looks fantastic. So it's so full. This hair really reminds me of, Oprah Winfrey hair. Back in the day when you used to watch the Oprah Winfrey show, and her hair just looks so voluminous. This is what her hair was giving. And it looked amazing in the end, and she was really happy with it. She was happy with how much I trimmed off. My client kept falling asleep. It was absolutely hilarious. This is how comfortable my clients are with me. They tend to fall asleep. They tend to get real comfortable and just relax during their hair appointments. So this is the finished result. I did film this on my phone, so I just put the clip in so you could see all of the hair properly now. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to comment down below if you want to see more videos. I know I haven't been so consistent with YouTube, but I really want to make more content for you guys. So the more you interact, the more likely I am to make more videos in future. I hope you all have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll see you hopefully in my next video.